So here is the final look of the set, the skirt set. It is skirt and the shorts. So with this front tie crop top shirt, I don't even know what to call it. Like you can style this in different way. Like the color, the fabric that I used, everything came out really beautiful. Even the blue combination, everything came out fine. I love it. This is my best so far. I really love it. It's giving. You can style the top in different ways, and yeah, just make sure you make one. Hello guys, welcome back. Okay, this is the continuation video of the project we made. This is the sewing part. Here I said I was going to turn the top part halfway, maybe half lining, but I decided to line everything because um because it will give it another style or another look. Here we just turn the back, you are not turning the neckline because we are going to be attaching uh a collar to this. You just turn the sides, turn everything, just cut the lining, make sure that everything aligns, turn your lining, join the sides together. So also the skirt part I had to turn it with the lining, but before that you have to join your back front crouch, then fold hem the downside, and also do the same thing with your back. So this is the skirt part. I only turned and top stitch the slanted side, then the down part, then I just had to hold the lining in place with the fabric. I use crepe. This is not lining. You just have to hold it with a straight stitch. Don't close the pocket part because we are going to be attaching it to the side seam. It will not really be visible. So this is what we are going to do. Once you are done turning it, then you get your shorts, then place the pockets. Make sure the two pockets are facing each other. Just check the way I placed it. So this is how you are going to place it. Then you can just hold it with a stitch, so that it doesn't move when you are joining the main pocket. So your skirt may not be equal to your short length. My skirt was 1 inch shorter than the length of the short. So you just hold this with a thread, hold it in place so that it doesn't move. The next thing is to get your pockets. Make sure the right side of the pocket and the short is facing each other. Then you just run a stitch, notch it, top stitch, and fold it the way we fold pocket. So this is the one I've joined already. This is the right side of the short. So this is how it's going to look. So once you have it, make sure you have 2 inches. You know that we remove 2 inches for the pockets, so we are going to replace it from the pocket. So this is how you are going to place. So this is the next thing now is to draft out your band, to cut out your band. My band is 4.5 inches on fold, then the length is 36 inches. You have to measure around your waist after joining the side seam, the both side of the shorts and the skirt. You just have to measure it, then whatever you have is what you are going to cut as the band. So this is the band. When you fold it, you have 2.25 inches or so. So that is it for the band. And here is the short. I'm done joining the pocket, and I've also joined the side. So this eye is going to look when you join the side. I used 1 inch to join both the waist, both the side seams. So this eye is going to look, and I've already hemmed the down part of the shirt. Like I said, you should hem it before attaching your skirt. Then the waist part also, you just have to hold it in place, hold the skirt part and the short part in place, then measure around your waist for you to know the amount of band that you're going to cut, because you just have to cut the exact amount. So this the band is, like I said, is you measure around your waist, whatever you have, you just have to add half inch. I have 36 or 36.5. That is the half inch is for the joining. So I'm going to use the half inch to join it. So you just have to stitch the side, open it up, and attach it round. And when you're attaching it, you make sure you start from the side or the back, then leave 1 to 2 inches allowance for you to pass your elastic in. So this the band, I'm trying to trim it off very well. So the next thing, you remember that when we were making the top, I went up by 7 inches for that, for the front tie. I noticed that if you go that way, it will not really, there's, it will lap very well, but you will not really get that if you tie it, there's a way it will look. So I had to reduce it to 2.5. I had to go down from that 2 inches to 2.5. That is the wideness of it. So the next thing is to trim the collar, the neck part, and draft out your collar. So what I got was 18 inches. What I had before was around 14 inches, so I had to trim it wide to be 18 inches. 18 inches is perfect. Like, it will not really be too wide, it will not really be too small. So you measure around your neck. I measured to make sure that I had 18 inches. So if yours is too small, before attaching the collar, please make sure to trim it off very well. So if you are seeing the belt part, that is the front part, the tie part, you will notice that I reduced it very well. I went from 7 inches to 2.5 inches. So you can reduce yours, or you can leave it the way you want it. You just have to measure the way you want. So before, if you are watching this, before cutting it, you can just go up by 2.5 inches instead of 7 inches or 5 inches that we did in the cutting video. So please, before watching this swing part, make sure you watch the cutting video so that you don't make any mistake. Though it's not a mistake, but it will stress you. So I was still trimming it to get 18 inches for my neckline, so that if I attach the collar, it will be very okay. So once you have your 18 inches, this is the collar. You're going to draft the collar on your pattern paper first. You have to leave it on fold. So 18 inches divide by 2, I added half inch, so 18.5 divide by 2. Whatever you have, you mark it straight. Then that 18 point, whatever you have, maybe 9 point something, you divide that 9 point something by 2 again, just to get the midpoint. So from that end pass, you go up by half inch, you connect with a curve to the midpoint. I have a tutorial on how to draft a collar. So you now determine the height of your collar stand. I used 1.5 inches, so after turning it, I will have 1 inch. So you also connect it again this way. I did a cut together collar. So we are going to determine the collar fall. From that point, the collar fall should be 1 inch shorter than the collar stand. So I went up by 2.5 inches. That is the length I want to use for my collar fall. So once you have it like this, you connect it slantly, connect this part slantly, then you connect this part straight. That is it for the collar. That is what we'll have for the collar. So it's a cut together collar. You can just separate them if you wish, but I think I like using this cut together collar now, instead of separating it from the collar stand. So this is what we are going to have. Just trim it, just cut the collar out. So if you want to separate them, you can just cut it. So this is how it's going to look when you open it, when you leave them on fold or something. So we are going to be cutting 2 pieces for this. I'm using the blue part. Like, it wasn't, and I never wanted to make it to look colorful or stylish. It just that the fabric was not enough, so I had to use this blue one, but it came out really beautiful. It came out perfect, and I love it. Like, the color was given. So this is it. You just have to pin down, cut exactly what you have. You can add half inch, but I didn't add any allowance, so I just made it that way, and it was the perfect collar size. So you just cut this and cut 2 pieces for this. Stitch close up the upper part, close the side, and leave the down side open, because that's the down side is where you are going to be attaching to your shirt. So this is it. Collar. Keep this for the collar. Just notch the center. Then you're going to place it on each other this way. You're going to then close up this piece, open it and substitute. close this place. You're going to iron half inch in, then attach it and use the remaining one to close it up. That's how you're going to attach your collar. Just get the midpoint, then get the midpoint of your back collar. Your back place and get the midpoint. So get the midpoint and I'll notch it. There's the midpoint, that's where you're going to attach your collar. So I'll just do all that, attach it. The top is ready. Or the top is ready. Just once I attach the collar, then I will attach the waistband, then the elastic, and we are done. The elastic. So I'll just I said you should iron this the ST on this, but I don't have, so I'll just attach it like that. So here I'm done attaching the band. This is how it's looking. This is how it's looking. The next is to just overlock this place. So when you're attaching it, when you just leave maybe 1 inch space where you pass your elastic, then you close it up later. So your elastic depends on the way you want it to be tight on you. So mine, I don't like it too tight. I don't like anything that is really tight on my waist. So mine is 32 inches, 32 inches long. So that place that you left 1 inch open, that's when you start attaching your elastic. So my elastic is, the wideness is 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide. So you can use 1 inch, you can use 2 inches, it depends on how wide you have it. So you just attach it, close it up, and if you want to so once you have it, you just get the middle of this, then you just run a straight stitch on it. When you are doing it, make sure to be dragging it so that it will fold this way. So, and I'll still shorten my elastic so that I'll have it folded this way. So, and I'm done attaching the collar. So I'll just put it on for you guys to see the final fitting, how it looks. Thank you.